So I'd like to start off this episode by apologizing to all of our British brothers and sisters for saying that I have a hard time with their accent. I did some reflecting after listening to our last episode and realized that I may or may not have a bad country accent. So I've been insensitive and have lost countless hours of sleep this past week. And I hate listening to myself on the playback. It's bad.
You have not lost any sleep.
Well, that part might not be true, but...
And you're not a softie, so...
I don't normally apologize for much, if anything. But I thought that would be a nice, kind gesture, because I did have a conversation with a friend of mine that we were talking about this, and they said it might be a good idea if you did apologize, because apparently I am kind of country.
So you're apologizing for being country?
No, I'm just saying is that...
I get likes and follows from my country accent, so I'm going to talk it proud.
And loud, apparently.
I'm loud and proud.
Yeah, but yours is cute. And you're a female, and that's fine. But me, I'm just an old fuddy-duddy.
Stick in the mud.
Stick in the mud. So I just thought I'd put that out there. Because, yeah, I did really start thinking about that. You know, I'm talking about somebody else's accent, and then I realized, you know, everybody that listens to me, well, if you're everywhere but the South, if you listen to me, you're like, boy, he is country. Oh, and we got our 2 dogs in here again, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time if you hear them, but surely not, because they're late.
How about we say hello to the people
instead
of you just came on strong?
Well, I had to get that off my chest. Hey, we appreciate y'all listening. We really do. You know, we've had some really good stuff these last 2 episodes. I don't care what they say.
Yeah.
Good feedback.
Said I need to talk more, said you need to hush it.
Well, that's fine with me because I'm tired of leading this thing.
You're the leader.
Well, it's fine.
It's your idea.
Leading, but it's like, you know, I'm like exhausted at the end of every episode. You know, 36, 37 minutes.
And then you go to bed and you sleep.
Yeah, because I'm exhausted.
So you didn't lose any sleep.
So I'm hoping that this episode right here, you prove me wrong, that you like get after it this time. And by the way, since I'm on this apology tour, I would like to apologize. Our last 2 episodes, I haven't had it dialed in just perfect on the audio. So I'm recording this a little bit different. We had a little bit of, I don't know what you call it, but when you both talked at the same time, a little bit of distortion or whatever. So I'm recording a little bit different this time. So I hope this one turns out.
Stop being Mr. Sensitive.
I know, that's 3 apologies in 5 minutes. So, but yeah, hey, we really do appreciate you listening. And, yeah. So what you got? You got anything?
I don't got anything.
You don't got nothing at all. Well, here we go again.
Here we go again. I just have to sit here a minute and think.
I've gave you all week. All week.
All week? It's just Thursday, so it's not all week.
Since our last recording, yeah. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stay up tonight to listen to Joe Biden. You'll get political for a second.
Oh, no.
Because
you go from apologetic to now you're going to get political and you're going to get heated in a minute and then you're going to go on a tirade.
No, you just...
Tyrant.
Yeah, you're saying it different. I didn't correct you last time because I like to listen to you talk because you don't do a whole lot of it on the podcast.
How do you say it?
Tirade?
No, it's not a tirade.
I know it's a rant.
Tyrant.
You can go on a rant.
Tyrant.
But I don't think tyrant is it.
I don't know what it is. What is it?
I don't know, but...
Ask Google.
You might need to edit this part out to show our stupidity.
Oh,
we don't edit anything, so we ain't got nothing to hide. No, because I just want to see if he makes it all the way through his speech or not. I hope he does. I really do.
Well,
and not have
I'll be on a Zoom call.
Well, that's fine.
With my State of the Union.
And I'll probably be in the bed. So, but I'll try and stay up.
Since I've been on this challenge, on this push thing with my nail business.
Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead and kind of go over that one more time about what do you do?
So I sell press-on nails.
Just like a part-time thing. Part-time gig.
It's going to go full-time.
Well, good.
I feel it.
I'd explain it.
I'm going to go to So we're trying to reach this. It's called an incentive trip, and it's to Indianapolis.
You're going to Indianapolis?
Yeah, I'm going.
This is the first I've heard of this.
No. My bad. I got the two trips mixed up. It's not the first you've heard about it. I've asked you.
I don't
The
think so.
incentive trip is to Panama, and then the other trip, the girls' weekend trip, is to Indianapolis.
Panama.
Not Panama, Florida. Not Panama City Beach. Panama, wherever that is. Where's Panama?
Okay, we'll just leave that alone. Go ahead.
I
I'm
knew
not
you were
gonna
going
touch
to do
that.
that. People's been saying that. That's why I said it like that, because
Okay.
everybody thinks you're talking about Panama City Beach. Anyway, so this week I got to lead what's called the Push Challenge. And you talk about stepping out of my comfort zone. So it's challenges you give these people, these ladies that's on my team, and they go do these things, or you give, like today, I suggested a podcast from Kristen. I think her last name is Kristen Boss, and it was just like a motivational podcast. So I mean, like you just pump each other up, and you coach each other, and you do these challenges, and it's been really challenging for me this week.
So it's all about motivation? Is that all you're...
No, I mean, it's not all about motivation. It's about sales. I mean, you're trying to get sales to win these. Right now, I just hit level 4, and if I get to level 6, I have a free trip to Panama. I'm not going to make that, but it's okay. My first year really trying. I think 4 is pretty good.
I would say so. Not having a clue anything you're talking about. It sounds like you're really getting after it. So what it's red aspen?
Red aspen press-on nails.
Mm-hmm.
I know most people think that's crazy, but I'm saving money. I'm not spending $60 and $70.
All right. Not that I care anything about press-on nails. Not that since you're doing it, I'd support you. But
You made my room for me.
That's right. I did. And
My video room.
hey, and let me say, I might have to put a picture out there for this thing because we did. What is that greenery that we put on there?
I don't know. It's just like a grass wall.
Yeah,
Not grass. But
well, it looks like a grass wall, but it's I don't know.
It was like 12 by 12 pieces of.
Yeah, probably more like 16 by 16 or 14 by 14.
Oh,
yeah, it's a little bit
12
bigger.
by 12.
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's probably 6 or 8 foot wide and 6 foot tall. It's up against the wall, and then we got signs. One says nails, and one says
beauty, and one says nails. And then you built me a shelf.
No, actually, hold on with the signs. I actually installed them backwards.
Oh yes.
So if you're looking at it, it's backwards.
Yeah.
But when you take your video,
when I video in front of it, it looks right.
Yeah, it corrects it.
Yeah, I guess people see it that way. You know, we took a picture the other day, and it wasn't right. But when people are looking at my video, it's right.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. The way I did it was wrong.
Okay.
I mean, if you take a selfie in front of it, it does not.
But if you're videoing, the signs are where you can read them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you were a guest drawer.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did make an appearance on
He
one of
made
your
an
videos.
appearance on one of my lives.
That's right, and I drew a name
His
for somebody.
famous hand. I'm calling the hand.
And by the way, on that, so you had one of the ladies that's name was in there. Her name, she sent you a comment that you said her name wrong. So if you will spell the name out before you say it, I can't remember what the name was now. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, let me just look it up. I know how to spell it, and I'm pretty sure I know how to say it.
Yeah, we know how to say it.
But she said that I said it wrong, and I need to know how you say this name. If I'm not saying it right, and I guess with my accent.
Maybe the accent.
But
there's no other way to say it.
I worked with a lady, and her name is spelled this exact way, and I said it the same way as I said the name of the lady I worked with.
All right, spell it.
So you spell it RHONDA.
All right, can I say it? I say it's Rhonda.
And that's what I say.
And then she sends you a comment and says that you said her name wrong.
Okay, so now she's put on here She said, I was teasing you. You said Vivian instead of Rhonda.
Oh, so she was kidding the whole.
So she was kidding the whole time, and
So
I hadn't even seen
she
the
was just
comment. Look at
meaning-
this.
Oh my goodness.
So
She
when
got
I
us.
pulled the winner's name was Vivian.
Yeah,
And she said, you said my name wrong.
And you made a big deal about
I
it.
did make a big deal about
And
it.
actually called me back in there to talk about it.
She said I said her name wrong.
So we're trying to figure out what is up
I'm
with
like,
this
well,
lady.
how do you say it?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, how about that?
Thanks, Facebook. I didn't even get a notification that I had that comment on there. So yeah, Miss Vivian won my drawing. And y'all, she is the sweetest lady. She was probably my first customer from TikTok. And she is an 80-year-old little sweet lady. And she's been my customer for over a year.
Well, that's good.
And she won, so I'm glad she won it. She's the sweetest little
That's good.
thing.
So these now, instead of going to get a manicure that you spend $60, $70 for, these right here, you put them on yourself and they last.
The first time I wore them, I got an 11-day wear out of them.
Mm.
So, yeah. I don't wear them that long anymore because I'm going to change them all the time.
11 days is good.
11 days is awesome. But you can get more than that.
But you can reuse them? Is that
You
what
can
you're saying?
reuse them.
Okay.
I'm glad you're learning this stuff. See, I can talk this stuff all day long.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
Which I'm sure nobody on here listening cares about these.
Yeah,
but if you
but-
do, you hit me up, okay? I'm all over social media.
Well, what I'm trying to get to is we need some advertisement, and I'm just trying to think of ahead because if Red
Well,
Aspen.
if Red Aspen would sponsor us, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
I do have a lady. I've seen a lady. She's not on my team, but they have a race car, and it has Red Aspen on it. And her little girl. Well, she's not a little girl, but her daughter wears a suit, a racing suit or whatever, and it has the Red Aspen on it. So I would think she would have to be sponsored to be able to use that name, right?
Yeah.
It's just a women-owned company. It's 3 ladies that went to school. 2 of them are sisters, that own the company, and they started it from the ground up.
I thought you were talking about the race car thing, and I was like, really?
No, it's 3 women.
Well, that just sounds kind of weird for me to have. There's a Red Aspen would advertise on a race car.
Yeah. So I mean,
so there's hope for
there
my
might be
podcast.
hope.
Yeah.
There's hope.
Because I was thinking 63% of our listening audience is male. So I'm thinking, well, Red Aspen nails ain't gonna really
That might
go
not
on.
work, huh? But they need gifts for their wives, though.
Yeah.
I can make them a wish list and a cart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy.
Well, that's neat. We'll get back. Let it go a little while, and we'll get back to that and keep everybody notified.
As I
on
sit
it.
here with no nails on.
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've seen you with no nails.
That's because I'm going live later.
Yeah. I've got a question here in a little bit about nails, by the
Oh,
way.
Lord.
I've got some questions to ask you. I know I didn't prepare you for this, but I just thought I'd kind of throw something
Y'all
on you.
about to hear it. It's about to go down because, yeah, he kept on me all week long. Get you some questions. Get you some questions. I don't want any questions.
Well, I thought it might be something interesting to do, but, then you...
Well, I did, and you didn't like my question.
No, you just come in and be like, all right, what are we going to talk about? Here I am trying to prepare things, and you just come in here and like, whatever.
Whatever, because that's how I roll. Whatever. Well, what are you ranting about this week? Let's get this over with.
What am I ranting about? Well, there's so many things. Where do you want me to start?
It don't matter. I'm sure you're going to start with that crazy job you have.
No.
No, we ain't going there.
My crazy job?
Yeah.
I don't have a crazy job. I have a wonderful job. I love my job. Saw the white truck again, by the way.
Oh, my gosh.
The last 2 mornings parked in a different spot. Took another video because I was stopped so I could get it better. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put the video out there.
No, you're not going to do that.
I'm not going to put like a license plate or anything like that.
No.
I'm just trying to let people know what I'm seeing.
You
So.
just talk about it. It's fine.
All right, so I don't know. Common courtesy. Where's it at?
There is none.
It's gone.
It gone. Out of here.
When did we lose it?
Oh, we lost that a long time ago.
You think so?
Yes.
So no one holds doors open for anybody anymore?
No. You know my thing about holding doors open. I'll stand there. If we're all 3 together, I will stand there till Nicholas opens the door.
Yeah, if you get to the door before.
If I get to the door before, And he'll stand there, and then he'll finally realize, oh, I need to open the door.
And there's nothing wrong with that, with you standing there waiting, because he needs to learn. All young people need to learn. Go ahead and open that Coke up. That's all right.
Open my Coke.
Make it. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, her cherry. Was that cherry Coke?
Yeah.
But anyway. So, yeah, nobody opens up the door. Or at least I don't hardly ever see it. Not many people say thank you anymore. Have you noticed that? I think being in the South, it helps out a lot because we're more appreciative of things, I would say. Not that everybody else isn't, but I think we show it maybe a little bit more. You know, waving at each other going down the road. I remember all the time when... You
wave at people all the time and nobody will wave at you.
Nobody will wave back. There used to be, all right, the Toyota Tundra community. It used to be when you passed another Tundra, you always got the wave. Always. That's gone. It doesn't happen anymore to me, so... I try and keep it alive, but it's not happening.
Now they replaced that with the Jeep does the duck thing.
You know, I don't know the backstory with the ducks and the Jeeps and stuff like that, but I will tell you this. I would just about call any Jeep owner a liar if they say they hadn't put their own duck in their window. Now, I know they've had to put at least one duck in their own window, making it seem like somebody else put that duck in there.
You think so?
I think so.
Probably.
That's what I would do. Because if I went somewhere and I found a good-looking duck at a store, where do you find these little ducks at? Is there, I mean...
The Temu.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah, that's...
The Amazon.
Yeah. I don't understand the duck thing.
I don't know.
Everybody else, I'm sure, knows what it is, but I don't know. I don't know.
All right. What else you got?
I don't know.
What you ranting on?
Saying hello as you pass by people, and they just look at you like you're crazy.
I don't say it first, but if somebody says it to me, I'll say hello. But if you say it to Nicholas...
Well, I think any teenager or young adult, a lot of them have more of like a grunt than anything.
Yeah.
Or like, hey. Hey. I think it's become a lost art. It's a thing that's going to be a thing of the past. It's just, it's gone. But
and maybe you're not talking courtesy. Maybe it's politeness instead of courtesy with all these.
It's the same thing.
Is it the same thing?
It's the exact same thing.
We need to ask Google.
No, you don't have to ask it because you can just ask me and I'm telling you right now.
Jody is Google.
But, you know, you're not born with good manners. No. How do you get good manners? You're taught it. Somebody's got to teach it to you. It's molded into you. Don't you believe that?
Well.
And you generally want to have to do it, right?
How is this? Because when Nicholas was younger, he had manners, and now he doesn't. So it don't matter if you teach them or not. They're going to do what they want to do.
Well, I think as you get up, you just kind of lose it. Like, you just do your own thing. But he did. He used to be very good at saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir. The door thing. Well, I don't really know about the door thing.
No, the door thing has never been.
Right. But he's a fella of few words. You're not going to get a whole lot of words out of him. But he used to say that. But now, I think it would hurt him to say yes, sir.
I think so.
I think he does it just so we know he's not saying it.
I don't know.
I don't either. But yeah, I think if you want to be nice, you're going to be nice. And I think there's just people that just don't think about it. They don't care.
I just want to stay in my little bubble.
Is that what you're saying people want to do, or that's what you want to do?
That's what I want to do.
Oh. You know, I can't even get Santa Claus neighbor to wave at me. You know what I'm talking about.
He waves at me all the time.
I know he waves at you all the time.
They wave at me.
But not to me.
Sorry.
I don't understand. I mean, right at the mailbox, be pulling in.
Well, that's Santa Claus, you're mean to
Santa Claus neighbor pulling out, and I've got the hand up saying hello, and I'm just like I'm not even there.
It's because you're mean. Anyway, we're not getting on that subject.
But anyway, yeah, if I had feelings, they'd be hurt. But
you don't have feelings.
No, not when it comes to something like that. Well, that's all I'm going to rant about. I can keep going, but I don't want to get too deep. If we're talking about the government, we'd go.
We ain't talking about the government. No. You can have your own little thing about the government later.
Okay.
I don't care nothing about the government. Well, I mean, you know.
I'm gonna ask
That's
you,
what I have you for.
What, about the government?
Yeah.
I have to keep you informed.
I know.
About everything.
Because I know nothing.
Yeah. Well.
About the government. Well,
And it's
Yeah.
not, well, it's that because you use me as a crutch
Yeah.
when it comes to that. So you just don't watch it intentionally.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
If I need to know it, you'll
Right.
tell me.
So, like,
I don't need to hear all that mess.
right. So, like, when I'm getting closer each day to buying that Patriot Supply bucket of food, that 4-week supply.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, when you see that, me pull the trigger on that, then you're going to know something's up. He must know something. Some kind of conspiracy theory's got him going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're not doing that.
I know.
Let's
I'm
go.
just saying I'm getting closer and closer to getting that
Okay.
bucket. You know, they got a deal right now going. I'm just saying. You know what I'm thinking? Sometimes when I mention these names, I'm like, should I even say some of these companies' names or whatever? But then in the back of my head, I'm like, if I mention it, and for some reason I'm thinking it'll get back to them, they might be like, hey.
You mean like my new glasses I have on right now are from Pear Eyewear?
You go ahead.
I love these glasses.
Explain them to everybody.
So they're glasses, and they have magnets on the front of them up in the corner, and you can take on and off the little, it's called a little, I don't really know what this is called. It's like a little frame, and it's just on the front of it, and you just take it on and off, and you buy different little magnet frames.
It's really thin.
Yeah, it's really, really thin.
And it just like
And it just comes
snaps
on and off. And so I can get a pair of sunglasses and they'll go on there, or I can get like the ones I have now are like black and white leopard. You can get some Easter ones. It just changes the look of your glasses so you don't have the same glasses all the time. I'm all about some color and some all different kinds of seasonal stuff. If you know me, you know I love my seasonal t-shirts.
So you could change the look of your glasses to match your nails.
Yep.
Too.
Yep. Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
That's right.
You done messed up now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I keep talking up this advertisement stuff because
We just gonna keep throwing it out there.
I'm waiting. But until then, I won't talk about it anymore. All right, you done? I'm done ranting. I don't want to bring everybody down. Every time I do this, I just get on my little tyrant, whatever you said.
I don't know what I said.
Rant. I just call it a rant.
Rant. All right. Stop ranting.
All right, so I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh, Lord.
Are you ready?
You say I say that all the time, too.
Yeah, you do. I wish you'd stop.
I think I've said it like 4 times.
All right, so what is the worst job you can think of?
That I've had or just I can think of?
Let's say both. Let's say the worst job you've had, and then maybe the worst job you can
The worst job I had was, I don't know if it was the worst. Okay, the worst job or the worst, people you work with or like.
Can I just say something? It doesn't matter. Just
okay.
You can say this was the worst job because of these people.
So I started out as as a mail carrier at the hospital. And I liked that job. You were walking all around the hospital and delivering mail from department to department, and that was fine. But then they done away with the darn mail room, and I had to drive a stupid golf cart.
Oh, that's right, because you had that job.
I had the job, and then they wanted, and then they wanted to do the golf cart. I had to drive that thing in rain, in the freezing cold, in the burning up hot.
And what you did was you just picked up.
I just picked up people. Nobody wanted to walk. We have a small hospital, and the parking lot is not that far from the hospital. And people would look at you and they would say, "What, you think I'm too old? I can't walk to the front door?" I'd be like, there's that courtesy thing. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
You just want to ride?
Yeah.
And you know what happened when I was doing the golf cart thing?
Surprised me.
That was 9/11. Because I remember I had this little handheld TV. That's when I had that job.
Do we want to, that's a good segue.
No, let's stay on.
I was going to say I could tell you where I was at on it, but you want to do that another time?
We'll do that another time.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had this little handheld TV that one of the maintenance guys gave me because he's like, "I know you hate it out there." So he didn't give it to me, let me use it.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that's probably that's the worst job, but the people weren't bad to work for. That was just I did not like that job at all.
So what do you think would be like the worst job? If you could just think of something off the top of your head. I'll tell you what I think.
I don't know. Cleaning something, because I don't like to clean. Cleaning grease traps in restaurants and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of on the lines of what I...
Oh, the septic tank cleaning. Oh, yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
Mine is the dude that opens up the box you send your poop to.
I knew you were going to say that. We had that discussion.
What's it called? The company, you've seen the commercials.
We don't want
Cologuard.
We don't.
No, Cologuard, that's it.
Yeah.
So you poop in a box and you send... Anyway, yeah, so if you're working in the lab or in the office and your job is to get the box cutter out and open up the package.
Lab tech's yucky too.
I don't know. But how is that legal? How can you send that through the mail?
I don't know.
That don't sound... It's a biohazard.
Yeah.
You know, Mom told me not too long ago that her neighbor got in trouble because the garbage man found out her neighbor was putting dog poop in the garbage can or, in the trash bags or whatever, and they had like a come apart saying, we can't take this to the landfill. I'm like, what? Do you know some of the stuff that I've thrown away that they've taken to the landfill? And then now they're going to all of a sudden get real specific. And
you can't throw poop in the landfill?
How can you not hide that? I mean, I think I'm pretty good at hiding what I'm going to throw away. You'll never know what I'm throwing away. So if I was going to put that in...
You don't throw away stuff, you burn it.
If it's burnable, I'm burning it.
Jody is burning it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next question?
Let's see. Oh, on the same lines of that was
I burnt my neck the other day, and now it's yucky.
How did you burn it?
Sorry. I just jumped from one thing to another. I burnt it with a stupid curling iron thing. It's bothering me now, but that's okay. Let's go.
All right. If you had military secrets...
I can't keep no secret.
And you get caught by the enemy, how much and what kind of torture would it take to make you talk?
Not much. I'm done.
Really?
Yeah. I can't take torture.
Oh, I can't either.
If they was to take and touch Jody's foot, he'd be gone.
Well,
he'd be like,
that's my thing. I think I could probably take some torture, not much, but if you bring out the tickle fingers or whatever, I'm like talking before you even touch.
I got him earlier today.
You did. You tickled me today.
I got him.
Yeah. I don't like the surprise attack either.
I did good. I was hugging him, and then I went,
well, that
tickle,
hurt.
tickle.
Yeah. I don't like the hurt when you try and tickle and it like hurts, like too aggressive. That was, you came in too aggressive. You came in a little hot.
You like it hot.
Anyway. All right. Next question. What percentage of men use umbrellas? Now, let me preface this by saying I've mentioned this before, I have a lot of window time with my job. So sometimes I'm driving like 45 minutes at a whack and everything. And so I'm thinking... At a whack. At least I wasn't waddling this time.
Yeah.
So I think of these things.
Then he puts them in the notes of his phone. Because, he's old now. He can't remember.
Well, I've got way too many of these. So I just jot them down. So the other day I just went through and I picked a few of them out. And
67%.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just saying, what do you think?
I think men may have them, but they don't use them.
I think that's fair.
I think they probably have them for their wives or lady friends or whatever.
Let's say that how the average household, how many umbrellas do they have? I'm going to say 4 between their car and in their house.
Well, we only have 2 that I know of.
I don't know. We've had we've had like 4 in a car at one time.
Yeah, we got rid of them.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't do umbrellas. I'll just get rained on. Now, if
if we're at an event and the sun's beaming down, we use an umbrella.
I will use an umbrella in the summertime to keep the sun off me before I use it to keep the rain off of me.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a regional thing. So, like, if you're in New York, not that they get a whole lot of rain or more than we do, but I think it's kind of a maybe a social thing. Kind of like if you're suit and tie, going to the office, I think you're going to have an umbrella if it's raining. You're not going to, something like that. So I think I don't think there's a big percentage of men that use umbrellas.
I don't think so.
I'm going to say 5% or less. So maybe I will look that up when we get done. I'm not really that interested to, know, but I might look it up.
Okay.
All right. So if you didn't have fingernails, would it affect your day-to-day life? Now, why I came up with this question?
Oh, my Lord.
So just think about it. Your fingernails are gone. Maybe there's not even a space anymore where those nails were. You just got a rounded digit.
I don't think it would affect your everyday life. I mean, if you didn't know you mean if you had fingernails, or like if we weren't even born with fingernails, you wouldn't know about them then. So no, it wouldn't affect you.
Well, yeah, if you've got something and lose it, it's always going to affect you. But if you're born without it,
you never know about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think scratching an itch.
Yeah, you can't nub a itch, can you?
No. It wouldn't be as effective, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't know what you do. Like if your back's itching.
I mean, like, what are they for?
Well, they're supposed to protect your little fingertips.
Your fingertips?
Well, I guess, yeah. Something.
I don't know.
Could you still pick your nose if you didn't have a fingernail?
Yeah.
You could dig up in there, but I don't know if you'd be as effective on that either.
Really?
You probably couldn't open up stuff as easy.
Maybe not.
Stuff that you use your fingernail to dig into to get it started.
The pop-top can.
No.
You have to use your knife.
The pop-top can.
Yeah.
You talking about like Pringles, like that kind of?
No, the Spaghetti-O can and stuff.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, you couldn't do that. Probably couldn't do that. Like your beer.
Really?
Like Friday night, you wouldn't be able to open them up anymore.
Are you telling on me now?
No. All right. So,
are we still in the question and answer, sir?
Yeah, this will be the last question for this round till next time. But this is I'd say a loaded question.
Oh.
All right. So just don't comment till I'm done. Okay. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna sit back. But all right.
He's about to get me riled up.
Where does your gas needle have to be before you get gas? Or, hear me out, or how far will you let it go? And I'm going to just sit back and try to understand the explanation you're about to give me. Go ahead.
You're a turd.
I'll be over here if you need me.
Right now, I have 21 miles to go. My little dinger goes off at 52 miles. Last time, before I got gas, it cut off and didn't tell me after I had 17 miles left. But I only worked 3 miles away from work. I'm only 3 miles away from work.
You're 3 miles away from work.
Yeah, so that's 6 miles. No, that's 12 miles a day, isn't it? There, I come home for lunch. That's 6. There, back, that's 6. So that's 12 miles a day. So I could get to 17 is the lowest I've been. Then I get nervous. If I had a good husband, he'd fill up my car every Sunday when we go to church. He'd say, come on over here. Let's go fill up your car.
Well, first of all, we'd have to leave at the same time. And that never happens because we always have to take separate vehicles.
You're right. We never get to go to church together.
No, we don't. And you'd have to remind me. But I'll say this.
Remind you.
I'll say this. Which I'll actually have to be driving your car tomorrow evening because we've got to go somewhere.
I planned that just right.
And
but it's going to be darn raining. I
have a feeling, yeah. Every time I get in there, that stupid gas light is on. And that needle is like, I don't know how it's propped up. It's so low. Almost every time.
Well, it's got 20-something miles right now.
Okay.
So, I knew you was driving tomorrow, so I wasn't worried about it.
But is that...
But I don't go.
Is that what you do, though? Is that like, all right, you wait till the light comes on, and you've got 51 miles
Most
or whatever?
Of the time. Yeah.
So you're just waiting, and then you're like, all right, I'm still good for 3
Unless
days.
I know it's going to be really cold and I need it soon, I'll go ahead and get it.
So there's never a time when you've got like a quarter of a tank and say, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and fill up.
No, I don't want to spend that money right then. I spend it on something else.
I don't understand.
You fill your car up every day.
Because I have to.
You use those Murphy rewards all the time.
I do. I like it.
I would never have any rewards because I'll never fill my car up. I put $20 in it. It gives me 200 miles, and I can last for 2 weeks on $20 because I take the other 20 and buy a shirt. buy some nails. Oh, my bad. I could buy nails.
I paid $1.73 the other day per gallon for 20 gallons because I'd saved up my points so much at Murphy. So I mentioned Murphy again. But anyway. All right, so I guess you didn't really answer that question very good. I'm hoping that you'll change your tactics when it comes to getting gas. But
when my husband starts getting my gas, I'll let him know when I'm at a half a tank, and he can get my gas.
All right, so
I hate getting gas. I don't know. There's just something about it. That's probably I just hate going and getting gas.
All right, so what did we eat tonight?
I had chicken. I had leftover chicken.
Chicken fingers, chicken nuggets, what'd you have?
Chicken nuggets.
All right, me and Nicholas had lasagna. I love lasagna.
And it's about gone.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to go get another helping when we get done here. I'm just letting everybody have a chance at it. So.
Once again, I have to have two different things because I don't like what they like.
Yeah, that's good.
They
lasagna.
like all that.
You can't go wrong with throwing the biggest tray of lasagna you can find in the oven.
Yeah, it's not homemade.
And then 3 hours later, it seems like it's done.
But why homemade it when it's already made? You just take it out of the freezer for a day because that stuff is froze solid.
But you buy it, and it seems like it's like $14 a pop. Just for I know it's not that much, but it
is.
Is it?
It is. I think this one was $12 and something. But you think by the time you buy hamburger meat.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
You buy noodles. You buy your seasonings. You buy your cheeses. Oh, yeah. You're there at 14. So why would I buy all the ingredients when somebody's already bought it and made it for me? All I got to do is pop it in the oven.
It is. We've gotten to that tipping point to where, depending on the size of your family, realistically, you could probably go out to eat or get fast food and not spend as much money or right at the same as if you fixed a meal at the house, I think, personally.
Me and you can.
Yeah.
Now, when you throw him in there,
I know, but it's
four hamburgers at $6 a pop.
It's gotten so ridiculous. So, I mean, when you get 3 or 4 bags of groceries wherever you go and it's $60-$80 and you're like, this is nothing. This ain't even getting us through the week. This ain't even just as a few meals and a few snacks.
Oh, talking about getting groceries. I don't think I talked about this last week. No, because I just got groceries Monday. So I go back. I always do grocery pickup because I hate going in Walmart. I hate the grocery side.
So you get it pick up at Walmart.
So I do grocery pickup at Walmart. I get home and okay, we always get water and Gatorades every week. That's about a necessity.
Dasani.
Yeah.
Because you can't have Aquafina.
And, I get home, those heavy things are on top of we had chips, we had noodles, what else did I have in there that it was on top of? I didn't buy bread this week. Little Debbie snacks, it was on top of that. Everything was crushed. But then you look right here when you first open the back of the car, and there's a jar of Alfredo sauce, there's some spaghetti sauce, and there was one more thing, but I don't remember what it was. It wasn't even in a bag.
Yeah.
She just set it in there. There was not an empty bag in the car, so it's not like it fell out of a bag. She just set it in there. Like, in no bag. This where common sense comes back in. And they don't know how to...
Well,
now you're getting me wound up.
Maybe,
they don't even
try and
know.
give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it in their carts or whatever, it came out of the bag and she just said it. Or maybe it split. Maybe that bag did split in their little cart thing. And so she just I don't know, I'm trying to... But yeah, you did take a picture and you showed me.
But I had 3 bags that didn't have but one thing in there. You're wasting.
Well, no, they do when you do
and
the
then
pickup.
They'll take a can of spaghetti sauce and put in with your bread.
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna smush my bread?
You will get 20 bags with 20 items.
Oh. 1
item per bag. It's really crazy how they do it.
Let me get off that rant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got us sidetracked.
I know. I wouldn't do it.
Jody hates Walmart pickup. Jody hates Walmart pickup and drive-thrus. He would rather go in than go through the drive-thru, and I'm total opposite. When we go through the drive-thru, I have to lean over and order because he will not order.
All right, back to Walmart for a second. All right, I know what I want, but I also want to kind of choose. So let me get in, get my buggy, and go down the aisle and look. Because,
but I pick the same thing when I do
well,
that.
I know, but if you go down there and say, oh, there's a new item. Oh, there's something I didn't think. Oh, they got a different size.
Or I spend more money.
Well, either way, you know, it's called impulse items or impulse shopping. You see something that you might want to impulse buy. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. So let me impulse buy.
I'd rather do that on Amazon or Temu.
Well, I'll never do the online shopping thing.
I'd
And I
rather
actually
online
went with
shop.
you one time to pick it up, and that was a flipping nightmare.
I'm like, just go with me.
Yeah, so yeah, no problem. We'll get there. Waited like an hour in the parking space. Yeah, and remember, we watched people pull in the parking place beside us and go in and shop and then come out.
That makes me so mad too. Okay.
But the whole drive-through thing, yeah, I hate drive-throughs. And it's not that nothing wrong with the drive-through. I just get a little anxious, and I feel like, you know, I've got to hurry. You know, I get up there and they're like, you know, can I take your order? But the thing is, I've been with people before, like when you get up to, we got 4 separate orders.
Yes.
And then Goofball in the back seat don't want onions.
Right.
And one of them wants
and
extra.
Jody will take his food anyway. He don't like pickles.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'll say,
I'll
get them off.
Somebody wants a shake, but they don't want it shaking as much as normal. Or they don't want as much ice cream in it. Somebody wants fries, but they don't want any salt on them. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So park the car, go inside, get your separate orders, and then get out.
But we're not like that. We don't do those.
No, but everybody just needs to learn. Just order it and pick off what you don't want.
Okay.
Or add to it.
We veering off. And
all right.
I gotta be.
What did we watch on Netflix?
I gotta be done. I gotta go.
We got time for Netflix?
Do a Zoom call.
All right, real quick, Netflix. We watched American Conspiracy. It's the
which one?
Octopus Murders. It's about a reporter that supposedly, I don't know if you can say suicide on this, but I just did. But they
beep.
Yeah. But they think he was actually murdered by the government. He was getting in too close. He was starting to connect some dots and all this stuff. And when you follow
Jody likes these documentaries and
well,
stuff.
you get in there and you start thinking, oh my goodness, how, I thought there was some corruption going on, but this is like
and it was cool. They call it the Octopus Murders. So on the picture of for the movie or for the series or whatever, they have the like twine, like what is that? Like yarn or whatever, and it's drawn out to where it's stuff goes here to here to here, and then it turns out and it looks like an octopus.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
But then the further you get into it, then it starts kind of changing, and you start thinking, well, you find out some of these stories weren't true, and it's really a conspiracy theory. And then when they wrap things up at the end, you're back to where, no, it's just there's so much corruption going on. This dude probably did get killed. It's pretty good, though. I don't want to really ruin it. That's not ruining anything. All right. The Tourist. Do you remember that one? I think it's they're in Australia. The guy has a wreck. He lost his memory.
Yeah.
He's trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of slow.
Yeah, you got to stay with it.
Yeah. We didn't watch all this week, by the way.
Yeah.
This has been the last several weeks, and we're just piecing this stuff together. We don't get a chance to watch a whole lot. And then Griselda.
Did we finish that one?
No. It's the lady that she's a drug dealer. Yeah. And she gets kind of powerful and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But
I've seen several people say they like it.
I think I started episode 3.
Yeah.
And then didn't get far into it and all that stuff.
All right, guys.
Well, I hate that Amanda has to leave.
I have to leave.
Because I've got so much more to talk about. But
let's hold it till next time.
Yeah. So, hey, like I said, we do appreciate y'all listening. And every Monday, that's when it happens.
Every Monday we're out there.
All right, so we'll see y'all next Monday. And like I said, anything we talk about, and we got pictures or videos to go along with it, we'll post it on our social media. We're on all the platforms out there. We've got 2 more platforms we just got on that are for podcasts. So just about anywhere you go, you're going to accept YouTube. That's pretty much the only place that we're not, but same thing on social media. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, what else?
That's about all.
That's about it. All right. Thank y'all. See you next week.
See you later.